Hello. So I'm on my way to the yoga studio and I needed to just get on here and say thanks. So I'm being super safe. I'm fine. I'm a very safe, slow driver. So I'm saying thank you to Lisa Eldridge, Lisa, Wayne Goss, Wayne, Catherine Sewing, Catherine. I'm saying to all of the women artists, you know who you are. I hear you. I see you. And basically, what I'm specifically talking about today is I am the girl from the 90s who was in San Francisco having fun, wearing the makeup the way that you have been talking about it lately. So I'm specifically getting on to say, oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you, not only for like talking about our makeup and how cool it was / is, but for respecting us. Yeah, thanks. For noticing like what our whole deal was, and for a lot of us what it still is. So, and that's what I'm going to talk about more, just a little bit more, because GenXers, kind of by definition, we just have not done a lot of self-promotion, and we've been really devalued a lot by the people before us. Not their fault, probably, but it's just the whole cultural thing. So the way that it's all played out is, I'll just give you one example. So I was once interviewing for something. I got the thing that I was interviewing for. But as part of the interview, the woman who was talking to me wrote on the piece of paper, Cavalier, in big letter. And I just happened to see it. Like, she got up to go get something and I saw it. And I'm like, Cavalier? I am not cavalier, actually. I'm incredibly earnest and curious and interested and like super alive. I'm like the opposite of cavalier. But what I realized, and she was probably 10, 15 years older than me, what I realized is that I was not bought in the same way that she was. And that's where a lot of the Gen X ethos comes from, and then a lot of like the reaction that we would get back then. I was not cavalier. I still am not cavalier. But was I a workaholic? No. I worked. I even had corporate jobs at different times. But I also made soap and like kept sourdough, and I was a musician and I was on stage. I did a little bit of modeling, but that just really wasn't for me. But I did like theater and, and I would go clubbing, but we weren't into like alcohol because we just thought, and we realized that alcohol is killing everybody and it's just not cool. You can't really be cool when you're wasted. So, drinking chamomile. Gwen talks about that, from no doubt. So we would drink chamomile if the bartender had access to hot water, or we would have like soda, just the soda out of the spray gun with a little bit of cranberry and lime. And we would just drink that because we love being alive. We're like the opposite of effing cavalier. I'm a yoga teacher. I'm not going to get all upset. But I am very much like responding to what you guys have been saying about us. So I'm turning 55. It's been 25 years, 30 years since I was like culturally relevant, but we didn't even like, we weren't participating in all of that. That's the funny thing. We were just doing what we wanted to do, and lots of it, and having so much fun, and caring for people, and like letting there be enough room on the bench for everyone who wanted to like sit down and rest for a quick sec. Yeah, so it's been 25, 30 years. I'm definitely noticing a newfound respect and like appreciation for what we were doing and still are doing, a lot of us. We've been kind of resisting all these years. Just resist. We don't have to participate in all these different things if we don't want to. Doesn't mean we're cavalier. So basically, I'm saying thank you, Wayne Goss, for talking about the eyeshadow. And I did it I did a very visible version of what you talked about a couple months ago. Thank you, Lisa Eldridge. I'm wearing all of your makeup, Lisa Eldridge, just FYI. But, Lisa, you posted that video yesterday of you in the editorial, like, 1997 look, and it was just like, finally, a face I recognize online. Looks like a real face. So, not to judge. I don't want to sound judgy. No hate. I'm not, that's not where I'm coming from. I'm just coming from a place of like, what? Thank you. Yeah. So, and then Catherine Sewing, you have ignited my imagination with this clay wash, and then with all these clothes that you make. So the clay wash, back then we called it mud baths, and it was not, like, I'm almost positive they were not changing the mud in between people, and we like just got in. So yes, but I am washing my hair with clay. It's going great. I also use shampoo sometimes because I have a lot of shampoo and I don't want to waste it. But anyway, all of you. And then like the whole resurgence about alcohol, and like books like This Naked Mind and Quit Like a Woman. Just FYI, I love Quit Like a Woman. For me, it was a little bit like a couple of the sexual references were a little bit triggering. So just know that going in. But fantastic information. Totally fantastic information. And kind of like, we didn't really know all the information that you guys talk about in those two books, but we just, I don't know, we were kind of straight edge punks, but we didn't even have that label, and we weren't really punks, we didn't have that label, we were just being. And alcohol, it kills that. Alcohol kills our ability to just be and enjoy. And so I'm just loving that there's like this whole resurgence of basically sober cool. And we weren't even really smoking pot. Like the herb we liked was chamomile. I don't know. We really were interested in our own minds and bodies and consciousness. And that played out in our makeup. You're 100% right. It was like, I don't even have foundation on today. Because like, I don't think I wore foundation in the 90s at all. If I did, I would have put like a tiny bit of foundation and then water. But the Vaseline, like I would just put Vaseline on my eyelashes, Vaseline on my eyebrows. That's just what I did. It's what we did. So anyway, I just value you and I am enjoying your work immensely. I am really enjoying being part of this like cultural subset that is really being valued kind of for the first time, especially for women in the 90s. There were some amazing artists and we just, like I said, we weren't like super self-promotion-y, and there's still so much misogyny now, 25, 30 years later. So it's really, really fun to be one of those girls from the 90s. Like, we're still here, we're still doing our thing, and you are all just I don't know, I'm really appreciating what you're doing on your channels. So I just want to say thank you. And then I have to just reach out to anyone who is suffering right now, sad right now, confused about why they are. Just know that you're not alone, and there are things that you can do, and you can find really good information on my channel, on other channels, and don't do anything permanent. Don't do a permanent solution to a temporary situation. And I'll talk to you soon. I'm gonna hang up now. Bye.